everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on December 14th, 2016. And well, actually, this week was pretty good. This week was a more an in-ring action style NXT versus a heavy promo style NXT. This kind of set up for the next week. You do have one promo from Billie Kay and Peyton Royce talking about what happened 3 weeks ago in their 6-woman tag, saying that their partner Daria had lost it for him and it wasn't really her. She shows up and basically challenges one of them to have a match, and even does the whole tease of threatening them and even doing the quick jerk towards them and everything like that to get them to jump a little bit. And that does set up for a match next week with Billie Kay and Daria in a match. So that was the one real promo that you got throughout the week. And there was an okay promo. It wasn't anything crazily special. But like I said, this week was a very heavy in-ring action week. They started off the show with the Melbourne, Australia match with Shinsuke Nakamura going up against Samoa Joe. Nakamura goes over again, and they tease this up as this being their final confrontation, their last match. And this was a good cage match. It was a good cage match. It was a lot better than the match that they had last week. I'm not gonna lie. Last week's match wasn't all that good. This one was a lot better. It was by no stretch of the imagination great, but it was a lot better than what we had seen last week in the terms of how they came up with their spots and everything. Like I said, it's not their strongest match, but it was better than last week's match, and maybe the cage emphasized a little bit more of that. I like the aspect that Shinsuke Nakamura is he can go out the steel cage door, but he wants to end it in the ring, so he slams the door shut and finishes off Samoa Joe that way. So again, it came off rather well. I enjoyed this cage match. I thought it came off really good in every sense of the word. So the other thing that they did, which was setting up for next week again as well, throughout the entire night, you had 4 matches between 8 of the superstars, and they're each winner goes to a fatal 4-way to have a shot at becoming #1 contender to the NXT title. So the first match that they had was Darren Young going up against Eric Young. Darren Young. No, it's not Darren Young. It's Ty Dillinger. I can't believe I botched that one up pretty badly. Ty Dillinger going up against Darren Young. This match was the only one that ends in DQ. Ends in a definitive finish, and that is because it looks like Ty Dillinger, really early on in the match, is going to go for his finisher, and Nikki Cross just jumps into the ring. So that's kind of the thing for Nikki Cross now. You don't know when she's going to attack in every way, shape, or form. So Sanity is looking to beat down Ty Dillinger. He eventually does fend off all 3 of them and get them outside the ring, only to get hit again by Big Damo. Damo knocks down Ty Dillinger and takes him out. And as Sanity's there, it's like Damo's almost auditioning to be inside of Sanity. There's is that an audition to try to get in? I don't know. Or that's how the announcers were. So it makes it feel like he's trying to get into Sanity in some way, shape, or form. Maybe he's the next guy or something in that sense. We'll see where they go off with everything there. But Ty Dillinger goes ahead and goes forward to the Fatal 4-Way for next week. Up next was Andreas Cien Almas going up against El Way Jose. This was a good match. Again, these two put on a really good match. I'm liking the aspect of where Cien Almas has been going since he's become heel. It almost feels like it's a more natural character for him to play to where he was when he first came in. So it's definitely coming off a lot better. Cien Almas goes over in this match, and like what I said, was a pretty good match to go along with it. So it was a thoroughly enjoyable match. Up next was Elias Sampson going up against Roderick Strong. Again, this was another solid match. But I absolutely love the commentary of Corey Graves. He's supposed to be a heel announcer, but he absolutely lays into Elias Sampson for how bad he is on the guitar and everything in that sense to go along with it. But then does put over good points when he's in the ring and everything, but he's like, I just want him to destroy that guitar. And my God, the heel heat this guy gets. I don't know if this is like go away heat or legitimate heat he gets every time he shows up. And maybe it's an aspect that like the fans are expecting something else, because like you're always expecting like a surprise when everything goes black or the lights go out in the arena. You expect it to like be someone completely different, but it always ends up being Elias Sampson. Like as soon as they see Elias Sampson, they go nuts in the terms of booing him. And he's like one of the true guys that are getting legitimate heel heat at this point, but you don't know if it's whether or not it's go away heat or like just heel heat in some way, shape, or form. I feel like he's pretty good in the ring. Roderick Strong goes over here in this match, and like I said, these two put on a solid match. This was a really good match. So at this point, you had Dillinger, Cien Almas, and Roderick Strong going to the Fatal 4-Way elimination match. By the way, they made it an elimination match. We're seeing a lot more of those again. I like that. I like it, the elimination style for the Fatal 4-Ways and the Triple Threats a little bit more than I do for a little bit more than just having a one fall match. The final match of the night was Oni Lorcan going up against Bobby Roode. Again, these two put on a good match. There's nothing you can really like you would expect Bobby Roode to go over, which he does in this match, but these two put on a good match. It was an enjoyable match to watch. So you have those four going on the next week. Like I said, this week's NXT was pretty much, well, it was pretty much a setup for the next week, where you have that Fatal 4-Way elimination match to determine the number one contender. You have the end of Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura, at least you would assume. And they set up the women's match with Daria and Billie Kay for next week to go along with it. So, like I said, this was more of a setup and more in-ring action-oriented of a show, which is a nicer change of pace. You do usually get a lot of promos from everybody on these shows, and I wouldn't say limited in-ring action, but you usually get about 3 matches. This week you get 5 on the show, so it was a very heavy in-ring week for the NXT show. So yeah, overall not a bad show. I mean, like I said, these matches were thoroughly enjoyable this week, so it was a rather good show this week for NXT. So yeah, that is my review this week for WWE NXT. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.